There's a big difference between an objection and a rejection. A rejection just basically says, no, don't need it, don't want it, let it go. An objection is a stop sign. An objection says, I want it, I need it, but I'm not ready to make that decision at the moment. And there are a number of factors that come into play when somebody makes an objection. We're going to find out what an objection is, and we're going to find out how to deal with that. You did the job. You found out what they want, where they want to be, how much they want to spend, what kind of house, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. You've done it all. You've taken them to several places. They finally found the right one. It's the right place for them. It's the house that they've been looking at. And you know what? You asked them, how's this one? Oh yeah, we like this one. We really like this house. And you go, perfect. Let's go back to the office. We'll put together an offer. And she says, I don't know. We might be going a little too fast. I think maybe we should think about this. What's going on here? At the top of the list of things that might be at play here is a lack of knowledge. Now, in the scenario that I've given you, there's really no lack of knowledge. The second thing is there might be a hidden agenda. Well, here's where the problem is. Something is working here, and I don't know what it is. So if it is a hidden agenda, I need to take the time to dig around and pull that out so that I can deal with it. Agreed? If it's not a hidden agenda, it could be something called specific warranted concern. In other words, there's something at play here that doesn't fit in. It's not a hidden agenda. It just doesn't work for them. And then there could be a trust issue. If there's a trust issue, we're going to have to figure that one out too, because for some reason they just don't trust you. We don't know why. So let's look at all the potential possibilities, and let's see if we can come up with a solution that works. You did the job. You found out what they want, where they want to be, how much they want to spend, what kind of house, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. You've done it all. You've taken them to several places. They finally found the right one. It's the right place for them. It's the house that they've been looking at. And you know what? You asked them, how's this one? Oh yeah, we like this one. We really like this house. And you go, perfect. Let's go back to the office. We'll put together an offer. And she says, I don't know. We might be going a little too fast. I think maybe we should think about this. What's going on here? You did the job. You found out what they want, where they want to be, how much they want to spend, what kind of house, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. You've done it all. You've taken them to several places. They finally found the right one. It's the right place for them. It's the house that they've been looking at. And you know what? You asked them, how's this one? Oh yeah, we like this one. We really like this house. And you go, perfect. Let's go back to the office. We'll put together an offer. And she says, I don't know. We might be going a little too fast. I think maybe we should think about this. What's going on here? in the scenario that I gave you, which was I showed them these houses, they liked them all. This one they liked more than all the rest. It was perfect for them, except for one thing. When I suggested we go back, let's do an offer, let's see where this thing goes, she said to me, we need to stop. We need to just think about this. Let us think about it. And so I said as follows. Thank you for sharing with me your concern, but I'm not really clear on exactly what the concern is. Can you tell me a little bit more about why we're holding back on it? Because this is the house for you. You like it, right? Yes, we really do. Great. What's the problem? And she says to me, well, the problem is it's only a 3-bedroom, and I've got 3 kids. And so, therefore, I need one for each kid and one for us. And I go, okay. Now, I'm thinking to myself, all we've ever looked at is 3-bedroom houses. Suddenly it's not enough. Well, all right. I understand. Okay. Time to make a decision. Hard to make a decision. Sometimes people just can't make decisions. They need a little help. So I'm saying to myself, aha, we've got a problem here. What do I need to do in order to solve this problem? And here's what you need to do when you come across this kind of a situation. Because here it's not a hidden agenda. It's not an issue probably of making a decision. In this particular case, she has a specific, warranted concern. The concern is she's got 3 kids and only 2 bedrooms to put them into. So the first thing I need to do is to acknowledge what the problem is. And I will say to her, I understand. The problem is you've got 3 kids and only 2 bedrooms to put them into. Is that right? Then I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to isolate the problem because I don't want to fix this one and then find out that there's another one I need to fix afterwards. So I'm going to put them into a corner and isolate the problem. And I'm going to say, okay, if we can resolve this issue, is there any other reason why you will not go ahead and put in an offer to buy this house? And she says, feeling pretty confident about it, no, that's the only issue. And now it's up to me to solve that problem. Or is it? Because what you have to understand is that if I solve that problem for them, it's my solution to the problem. And we may end up with a trust issue. Because if it's my solution, they might be thinking, he's doing this so he can get on with his life. Make the deal, get the commission, and get rid of us. And it's not his problem. It's ours. I cannot afford to solve it for them. I know what the solution is. I might even turn to the husband and ask him, so, John, what do you think? How can we possibly solve this problem? And John turns to his wife and he says, honey, you know the Smiths. You remember the Smiths? They did the same kind of a thing. They had the same kind of a problem. And they resolved it with bunk beds. Do you think that would work for us? And she says, you know, dear, that might be a reasonable solution. And then they turn to me and they go, I think we might be able to do this with bunk beds. And I go, oh, there's a reasonable solution. Would you be comfortable with that? I mean, if you could do the bunk beds, do you think that that would work for you? And they both go, yeah, I think so. You, honey? Yeah, I think so. They solved the problem, not me. It's their solution. They're comfortable with it. So what's the one thing I need to do right now? I need to thank them for solving the problem. And then what? I need to ask for the business. After you've done all this work, the one last thing that you need to do, which a lot of people fail to do, is to say, okay, folks, good. Let's go back to the office. We'll put together an offer, and let's see where it goes from here. That's a success story. Here's a failure story. Oh, okay, folks, you need to think about it. Okay, why don't you, think about it, and I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we can, we you know what, tomorrow, take tonight, think about it. It's okay, it's all right, there's no pressure. Go ahead, think about it. No, that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to work it. And when you work it, when you solve the problem by letting them solve the problem that you've drawn out of them because you know that there's a problem, you're going to isolate it, you're going to address it, you're going to let them solve it. Now, what if the problem is really that they can't make a decision? You got two people cannot make a decision. How do you deal with two people who cannot make a decision? Same way. The reason they can't make the decision is because there's something operating there. Either they're afraid to put out the money, they're afraid of what the community is going to do, they're afraid of where they're going to be, they're afraid of actually putting their foot forward, one foot in front of the other, and getting to where they originally wanted to get. It was all fine and dandy when they had a deal going, when they had an exploration going, but now here they are. They're in a position now where they've got to make a decision. They have to step up and do it. And it's a problem. So how do we deal with it? I would do the same thing. I would say, folks, I understand that you're having a problem making a decision. But you like the house, correct? Yeah. Okay. Is this the area that you want to be in? Are we okay with the price? More or less, yeah? Okay, I understand. Are the amenities in the area what you're looking for? The schools, highways, access to religious places, shopping, walk to the TTC, whatever it happens to be that they were looking for, that I found for them, here we are. Is this the kind of house that you would buy if you could make the decision to buy it? Is this the kind of house? Yes. Is there any reason why this wouldn't be the house or the area? Let's put it on the table, let's get it out, and let's say, okay, this is not for us. Is there any reason? No. Fine. So then the only problem here is you're afraid to make a decision. Come on, folks. Are you afraid to make a decision? So if you're afraid to make a decision, let's deal with that. And here's how we're going to deal with that. I'm going to ask you a question. And the question is, folks, if you're afraid to make a decision, how are you ever going to get where you're going? How are you ever going to find the house you're looking for? And the answer has to come from them. They have to tell me what they're going to overcome in order to be able to make a decision. So now I have to be psychiatrist. It's part of the game. It's part of what I have to do. That's just the way that it is. But here's good news for all of you people watching this. It's rare that both people will not be able to make a decision. It's rare because one of them usually makes decisions for both of them. And so I don't think you're going to run into that problem. But what you will run into is sometimes they're going to go with specific warranted concerns. Sometimes they're going to go with not enough knowledge. Sometimes they're going to go with not enough trust. And so if you can resolve one or the other of those at any given time by isolating it, acknowledge, isolate, and then let them fix the problem, you'll be able to take it home and you'll have succeeded. Look me up for the next one. Have a nice day.